Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my first impressions on the Tuya knives Big Belly. So this knife right here was sent to me by Dave Warren. He runs Tuya USA. He did send this to the channel to check out, so I did not pay for this. But I'm going to be sending it around to some other channels so they can all review it. So it's kind of like a pass-around copy. Yeah, so big thank you to Dave Warren for providing this. Really appreciate that. These are now available, at least at this point when I'm filming this. These are available on Tuya Knives. I think it's like TuyaKnivesUSA.com. It'll be linked below. Don't worry, just go down to the description. While you're down there, check out my Teespring. I've added some D10 Diva shirts. I tried to pick different colors that worked. I put got D10 on the back of the shirt, which I thought was pretty cool, like little small lettering up by the back. And I just tried to pick decent colors that worked with the logo. Obviously, it's not going to work with standard colors. So I do have a black shirt that says got D10 on the front and white if you want something just plain. There's a bunch of stuff on there. And check out all my other links. It doesn't cost you any more to use the links. In most cases, you get a discount. And in some, you don't. But I get something towards the channel for it. And that really helps out. Yeah. So check it out. And if you want to subscribe and hit the like button and all that shit while you're at it, go for it. All right, so that's enough housekeeping. The Tuya Knives Big Belly is awesome. I mean, I think this thing is $279 on their website right now. And you're going to say, Kev, it's a Axis style lock knife with some carbon fiber. Maybe that's cool, right? And it is M390. Why is it $279? That seems like a lot for Chinese-made OEM knife to be. And honestly, I don't even think that's that pricey. I mean, considering this knife in its standard form. Check out these dope-ass scales I added, though. Carbonized. Nailed it on this. This knife comes in AUS 10A steel with Grivery handles for $150. So you're essentially paying $100 more and you get carbon fiber and M390. And I'm not done yet. Just hang in there. This knife is pretty dang similar, huh? This knife is the EDC Supply Vox F5.5. Man, this thing's really breaking in. That detent is lightening up on it, which is good because it comes stout. Love it. Anyway, this is in LMAX, but you can get it in M390, I believe. Very similar steels. Carbon fiber. OEM'd out of China. This one's Riot. That one's Tuya. This one comes in at $275. Same exact price, okay? So, size comparison. They say this is a 3.2-inch blade. We can check that in a second. I finally got calipers, although I've heard they're shitty. I did pay $10 for them on Amazon. I think I bought them when I was having a couple beers Friday night, and I was like, the cheapest ones will work. Anyway, they listed at 3.2. This one's listed at like 2.8, so I can believe that. But anyway, $275 for this. Now, the biggest difference is this is an integral, guys. This is one giant ass chunk. When I say giant, I don't mean like thick. It's a big chunk of carbon fiber they milled out, and then they put these plates in to put the lock in. So it's not like the Anthem in terms of being an integral where it has that, like, let me get rid of this. Let me check it. Where it has that steel box in there that you can, like, I don't know how to explain it, but if you've seen an Anthem, you know what I'm talking about. There's nothing in there, right? They use this steel plate to work the springs in, and then I guess, I don't know if they put a cutout into the carbon fiber to fit the springs or what. I don't know how they did it, but it works, obviously. It's on bearings, by the way. So you have this awesome 3D milled titanium clip, which is reversible. I'll show you that in a second. Very ingenious way to reverse a clip. You'll see there is very, very minimal wiggle. And you'll see why that's important. There's that kind of steel or aluminum. Let's find out. Is it magnetic? Oh, yes, it is magnetic. That is steel. You have your crossbar lock that they're calling the shaft lock, which I like how far it sticks out. Normally that's something you don't like on knives like this, but let me take that one. Then let me show you the mini Osborne I have in right now. Oop. You can see the difference there. And I have an Asher, where is it? The Asher Knives Nomad, also a crossbar style lock made by a different company. So, Asher, Benchmade, Tuya. I much prefer these two. One of the reasons is the springs. They used stouter springs, so you get more of a detent on it. Like, it doesn't just come right out. Like on a Benchmade, it's just so much easier to get through that initial pressure. And it makes it to where you can easily fail it. Where when you don't have that, where it has a little more to it, it makes it where it comes out a lot better. That was a bad example. This one's on bearings as well. I think that helps a little bit on that. This is a bit stronger than that. And then this one is way stronger than both of these, honestly. Like, you can see I'm putting pressure. It's still not coming out. Once it breaks, it shoots out to there. So just makes it where it's very crisp on the break. And then you have those very wide buttons that I feel like just make it, I don't know, it just feels a little bit easier to disengage everything. Maybe that's because they made the spring a little stronger, but I don't know. It just feels good. It's more intuitive because you get a good grip on them and everything. And that's why I've always liked this one. It's the same kind of thing, right? You get a good positive grip on it. And I'm not saying that Axis locks aren't, but like, look at it. I'm literally like in the scales when I'm doing this. And it's just, I don't know. It's harder, I'd say, with like gloves and stuff to operate because you have to get in there, right? Whereas this, it's sticking out. You just grab it. So much easier. So anyway, I kind of wanted to show those differences between the locks. This one doesn't have a name. It's just, I know, I'll call it the Asher lock. And this is obviously the one that started it all, the Axis lock from Benchmade. So that's kind of a look at the lock. So anyway, what I was getting at was it's carbon fiber integral with a 3D milled clip and M390, and you're only paying, I'm saying, $279. I mean, the only other integral that I know of that costs anywhere near that price is the MBK XLC. Now, this is a full titanium build in M390. I'd say it's probably going to cost a little more to machine this one because you're machining out, you know, the titanium instead of carbon fiber, which I assume is softer. Ooh, do I have blade play? I might have to Loctite this again. I thought I already did that. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, integrals are usually expensive. These are the two in the $300 range I've probably ever seen, other than like the Wii Eidolon, which is a G10 integral for like 200 and I think it's like 180 bucks. That's incredible as well. So, and I think that has 20 CV. So there are more budget, I wouldn't call it. Yeah, I guess it is kind of like a budget integral, right? Being under $300. But anyway, I think I've rambled enough about that. I just wanted to point out the price seems very fair to me. I think this is a T6. I'm going to check how tight this is. Just because I was showing you that wiggle, and it did look like it had more than I remembered yesterday. It's just kind of like bouncing. It's not really... Hold on. Yeah, see, that loosened up a little bit. Just from all the people playing with it at the meetup yesterday, which was awesome, by the way. So you can see a little bit of movement, but it bounces back to where it was. So I have no issue with that. The way they pulled that off with only having the one screw is you can see if I zoom in. There's a notch there, and I believe there's a notch at the top. And the clip has this on it, even though it sits flat, it has these prongs. And basically you take the screw out, this screw goes all the way through, take it out, and then you have to kind of like work the clip out, and then you flip it and you just push it into these prongs, and it kind of locks it into place. And that's how it can use one screw and be very sturdy. I mean, for one screw on a reversible clip like that, not to wiggle like crazy is very impressive. For example, I think the Orion Knives Solaris, yep, one screw. This even has a cutout, so it should be relatively sturdy, right? You can see there. I can move that back and forth pretty freely, right? So it's just something that's hard to pull up. That's why most times, like I'm currently working on a knife, unless it's a wire clip, you don't really want one screw because a wire clip has notches they drop into. So anyway, that's a very good in terms of the construction. The ergonomics are fantastic on this knife. They just, I mean, it's not a big knife, right? Like here, let me get those calipers I was alluding to. Let's see if I know how to use them. I've heard it's a pretty shitty caliper, so of course it's not big enough to cover the entire knife. It only goes to 6 inches, so the handle length, let's try this. Handle length, Kev, is, I guess I gotta go like here. 4.07 I'm getting. The blade length, you would want it to go from here to the scale. 3.18. They say 3.2, and that sounds about right considering I'm a little bit off. So 3.2 on that. And I just realized handle length, I could just do this way if I wanted to. It'd be a lot easier to just do this. 4.07, and I'm not even at like the thickest point. The width, is 0.40. That seems off to me because, I don't know, it feels rather thickish, if you know what I'm saying. Like, pretty sure my field duty is like 0.5. And this is going to fit right in there. No, it's not. Okay, hang on. Yeah, look, almost 0.46. Now it's getting less. Yeah, this thing is terrible, actually. 0.412. 0.40. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, yeah, those do kind of suck, actually. So it's not thick. I thought it was on the thicker side for most knives that I'm into. Like, here's that EDC again. Sorry, XLC. You can see it's substantially thicker. That is a sort of thin knife. Here's the Devil's Finger from Finch. It's a little thicker than that. I don't know how well you can see that. Just a slight bit thicker. The F5.5. Very, very similar. So, yeah, I guess it's not all that thick. But if you look at something like the smaller Rian here, you're going to be definitely thicker. So, anyway, there's some random close-up stuff for you. But, yeah, I really like the ergonomics. You only really have one grip. You know, I have a large glove-sized hand. It fits right in there. And it kind of wants to ride up to this spot right here in between the ramp and the top of the blade, which kind of sucks. Because, like, my natural grip is like this, but up here, right? So it's kind of like in between for me. But you can sort of choke up onto this flat, and then you have good, you have a good grip there to do whatever you need to do. Blade stock is, you know, relatively, here we go again, let's try it. This is why I never wanted calipers, because then I would use it for everything. I'm OCD. 0.07, I don't even know what the hell that is. There's no way that's right. There's no freaking way that's right. 0.06. There's no way. 0, let's zero it out. Hold on, let me close it. Should be at 0 now, right? 0, okay. There we go. 0.14. If I push it, it's 0.3. Yes, it's 0.14 on the stock. This is what I would never want to do, is measure the edge of the knife. This is what other people do. I suck at this shit. Man, you gotta have some good eyes for this shit. 0.01. This is so dumb. All right, let's remeasure this, though. Now that I zeroed it, let's see where we're at. Yeah, now we're at 0.5. Okay, this makes a lot more sense. 0.48. Okay, so I just hadn't zeroed it from when I got it. I'm dumb. Whatever. Let's forget about that, okay? It's on bearings, so the action is incredible. You just, boop, just pull them and they drop. And the best part is nothing. It is an absolute tank in all directions, and it does that. That is impressive by Tuya. That is why Benchmade needs to use bearings. Like, I don't know. I don't get a reason for not doing it. I guess you don't want it to get dirty, and cleaning out a knife like this kind of does suck, but I don't know. This is just so much more enjoyable. I can thumb flick this all day. I can reverse flick it. Oops, sorry. I can reverse flick it. On camera, maybe it's a little harder. It's not like an easy reverse flick where, like, yes, it is. Never mind. I was thinking I had to kind of wrist it a little bit. I do not. I can just break through the detent. Boom, it flies out. Drop it. You can also do the shaft lock dance. Do the shaft lock dance. Do the shaft lock dance. Yeah, guys, this is a cool knife. 279 bones. You get this sick-ass satin grind. I mean, these are like Riot level grind lines, guys. Hold on, before I go create. Oh shit, I don't have a Riot. Yes, I do. Idiot. I got a lot of loaners out. I mean, that's gorgeous. This, I mean, that might even be more gorgeous. No joke. So, me being a Riot whore, like, you should understand how good that is. I cut some cardboard with this today. I don't know if I posted it anywhere yet, but okay. M390, let's see. I had no issue with cardboard, so this ain't good. There we go. Kind of funny how somebody who just sucks at cutting can really make a knife look bad, huh? What am I doing? Am I like on a bad angle? Do I need to cut down? Ah. All right. I mean, it was cutting cardboard fantastically, so I don't know if it feels really sharp. I would go ahead and venture to guess that that was me. And you guys should assume this knife comes very sharp. So, I mean, I can tell you it was sharp because I used it a few times. Opened packages, cut some cardboard today, and it did fantastically. So, this is more me than anything else. We could check. I mean, it doesn't shave hair, that's for sure, but I think it definitely has a good factory edge on it. I had no complaints when I was cutting cardboard or anything. You know, maybe it's a little thick then or something. I don't know, but I'm sure that's not a major issue. Most of you guys throw edges on your stuff anyway. So yeah, I mean, that's just a quick kind of first look at the Tuya Big Belly. I'm really enjoying it. I appreciate them sending it because I don't know if it's something I would have picked up myself personally, just because I'm not a big Axis style lock guy. Like, this is not my style these days. I used to love this lock bar a lot because, you know, it's ambidextrous and that's awesome. But it's just not as, like, fun and fidgety to me as, like, a real D10 is, if that makes sense. But Tuya's kind of swaying me here. You know, like, this is a completely different experience than having a Benchmade. One thing I wanted to point out that is sort of a negative. Well, first, dead center, dead nuts, right? Great. On an integral, like getting these things right on an integral is impressive. These studs are kind of close to the scale. I don't know if I'd call it a negative because it just took me like 10 minutes and I got used to it. So it's not really an issue. It's an adjustment, if that makes sense. So I don't really want to put it in like a negative category. You can see here I have no problem deploying this unless I'm being an idiot. Just no problem. It's fantastic. The reverse flick maybe is a little harder to get under there. It's not different for lefties or righties. I like that, but it's just a learning curve. I think that you just got to make sure you get your thumb in here. They did make them stand wide enough that like you can get purchase. Ow, fuck. Thank God there was no edge there. Jesus, Kev. It's like chop my finger off. Yeah, I think I've rambled enough about this knife. Man, that was a rough one. Sorry about that. I don't know why I was all over the place, but I really like this knife. I was impressed. I mean, I was literally walking out the door to go to the meetup, and the mailman handed me this, and I was like, okay. And I opened it in the car, and I was just like, damn, this is pretty cool. And then I was telling everybody at the meetup, I had it in pocket. I switched the clip at the meetup. Somebody brought an iFixit set, and I flipped the clip there, and I just carried it and enjoyed it, and I've had it in pocket all day today. So, you know, it's a cool one. I do want to show you real quick. This is a Mike Galovic design, and then it's numbered. So this is number 8. Is that right? This is number... Oh my God, can anybody see this? I think it's 8. And then it's M390. It's like an 8 or a 6 or something. I don't know. It's hard to see in there. Let's see if we can get this to focus. There it is. Number 8 of 220 M390. Perfect. Thank you for that. So yeah, that's cool too. Number 8. There's only 220 of these, which is interesting. I feel like it's going to be pretty popular, so they might need to make more and do another run. So that's the Big Belly, guys. Again, sorry for the ranting and raving, but it's how it goes sometimes. You got to deal with it. So I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. Big thank you to Dave Warren again. And I will catch you later.